how to plan for Trinidad Carnival, and the fun facts that can help you get there. I'm your host, Shah, and you're tuned in to the Tingz podcast. Being here means that you're ready to learn a little bit more about the Caribbean carnival culture. Whether you're a newbie or a long-time carnival veteran, you're guaranteed to step away with new knowledge. Let's talk to Tingz. So we're currently in 2023. It's January 2023. Carnival in Trinidad is about to pop off next month with Carnival Monday and Carnival Tuesday, right? It's already too late for people who have not aligned themselves for 2023, okay? And I know a lot of people are probably like, well, why is she posting all this information now? Well, I'm posting it now because if you missed the boat for 2023, it's best to get ahead of the game for 2024, right? In general, I think it's safe to say that Trinidad Carnival is the most sought after carnival in the Caribbean right now. And people who are truly devoted to the event typically make their financial commitments early. Okay? So the reason why I am out here giving you this good information right now, this episode wasn't even on the agenda, but because I'm out here in the social media streets and I see things and I hear things and people come in my DMs and they're freaking out, I'm like, okay. So I'm going to just put it out there, right? I know there was a recent scare in the social media streets about how Trinidad Carnival was costing someone $10,000 plus thus far, and the trip hasn't even happened yet, right? So what I wanted to do was to ease the discouraged spirits out there, right? I wanted to ease your minds and let you all know that Trinidad Carnival does not, I repeat, does not have to cost that much for any one person. Because I sure to Ross ain't paying that much, and I have never paid that much, okay? My adulting goes way too hard to spend all that money on one trip. But hey, if you got it like that, please go forth, prosper, and live your best life, all right? Okay. So many years ago, I posted a YouTube video called 5 Ways to Conquer Trinidad Carnival. And in that video, I touched on the various ways that someone could attend the festival, right? Attend the events, have a great time, and still not break the bank. I also published some years ago some tips on how to save money during Carnival. Some of those concepts can be challenging depending on your goals for the trip, and also be challenging depending on your personality and whether or not this is your first or your 15th time going to the event, right? So basically, I'm going to combine those two articles in this episode, and I think it's easier for me to break it down into simple facts. All right, here we go. Fact number 1. The fetes in Trinidad start way before the core weekend, and the core weekend is the weekend leading up to Carnival Monday and Tuesday. Okay? You do not have to go to Trinidad during the core weekend. It's Carnival season, and it's called Carnival season for a reason. You can go in January, right? And you can still say that you were there for Carnival. So take the opportunity to attend big name events like Soca or Bacchanal Road, right? They're so good, it'll make you think that you were there with everybody else, if that's what you care about, okay? Fact number 2. I know Hilton and Hyatt, they're really nice, right? But those aren't the only places to stay in Trinidad. Airbnbs exist, as well as private homes and room rentals. Yes, I said it, room rentals. If you're not going with the big group and you prefer to spend your money on other things, and if you don't mind missing out on the lavish life, rent a room. It's a great way to meet new people, especially since homeowners generally rent out multiple rooms in their space. So you're probably not going to be the only one renting out a room in that space. I did it in 2015, which was my first time going to Trinidad, and I'm doing it again in 2023. All the other years, I've been blessed enough to have a dear friend with family members in Trinidad, and I crashed with her. Okay? Don't be ashamed. Fun fact number 3. And I know I always pause before I say this one because a lot of people just get vexed with me. But guess what? You do not have to play mass. And more importantly, you do not have to play mass with Tribe, Yuma, or Bliss, or any other overly popular bands, right? Especially if their prices are out of your budget, okay? Check out other bands like Utopia or Showtime or Ronnie and Carol. My homegirl, Global Carnivalist, has a bunch of them listed on her article entitled Guide to Trinidad Carnival Bands. Please go educate yourself on globalcarnivalist.com. I beg, I beg. Then, on the flip side of that, there's fun fact number 4. You can pop in to play mass and then you can dip out, right? If you don't really care to do all of that fetting and you just want to get to the main events on the road for Monday and Tuesday, you can absolutely do that. But just be sure to arrive in time for costume pickup or secure someone else to collect your costume for you. Then once the road done, you can be on your merry little way back to wherever it is that you came from. Okay? Number 5. Listen. You don't have to go all out for Monday wear. There's no need to order from a big name designer. There's no need to order something custom. Okay? Bohemianista, another one, right? Recently posted some budget friendly Monday wear options that will still have heads turning if you do it right, if you wear it right. Because, honey, listen, my whole Monday wear look is going to come straight from Amazon. I think the only things that won't be from there are my jewelry pieces that I'm making by hand and my bottoms. But everything else is courtesy of Jeff Bezos. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Hey. So, we're taking a quick pause because I need to make sure that you're plugged into all the Tingz. This year, Tingz Nice has teamed up with Carnival Kicks and Fed Dolls. So hop on over to the website, www.tingznice.com, for updates and product recommendations. Also, if you're not following me on TikTok or YouTube, you should, because there are videos there that don't make it to Instagram or Facebook. Oh yeah, and don't forget to check out my Amazon storefront. All my go-to carnival items and favorite design supplies are listed there just in case you need to make a purchase. All right, that's enough of that. Let me get back to the show. Another fun fact, right, about Trinidad is that you don't have to max out your agenda with back-to-back fetes. You also don't have to go to the A-list events just because everybody else is going. There are plenty quality fetes flying under the radar that deserve a chance. And may I add, they cost quite a bit less than the unicorn fetes that y'all like to flock to. Fun fact number 7. You don't need to spend money to get dirty. Okay? You can skip out on getting a Juve package and simply walk into the streets of Port of Spain during Juve and have yourself a good old time for free with your own drink that you made at the hotel in your hand. Make a friend on the road, ask them to fill it up for you. That's it. Fun fact number 8. Going to Tobago on or after Ash Wednesday is completely optional. It's a lovely way, like, do not get me wrong, it is a lovely way to close out the trip, but it can certainly be skipped. Just think, right? You'd have to invest in additional flights or ferry rides or whatever to get there and back. And then you would also have to find another place to crash while there. And then there are other fetes or whatever that's happening. It's a whole other expense. You don't need to do that. It's nice, but it's not needed. Fun fact number 9. Photo shoots are nice, but find a friend with a camera. Find a friend with a Samsung Galaxy Ultra 22 Plus or an iPhone 14, 15, what number? I don't even know what number iPhone's at right now, right? Find a friend with a quality cell phone camera or a real DSLR camera or something. And find someone like who has a good eye for photography. Worst case scenario, get you a tripod to love up on, also from Amazon, right? And take your own pictures. Okay? Like, I know you see people out there getting photographers to follow them around whole day, Monday and Tuesday, but please do not feel pressure to do that if it is not in your budget. Period. Again, I said, please do not feel pressure to do that if it is not within your budget. If you can't write that thing off as a business expense, especially, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? And then we come to fact number 10. I'm just hit y'all with this. If I come up with any more facts, I promise I will do another episode, okay? You don't have to secure a driver for your entire trip. Make sure you're covered, yes, for your airport run or any fets that may be too far away from where you might be staying. But if you're staying like in a central area for the most part to the events that you're going, you may be able to walk there and you may not need a driver. So choose what you truly need transportation for and run with that, because you can save time and money by doing so. Okay? So with everything that I just said, I think it's just important to stay connected to the carnival community. I know that I said all that, and there might be people who are listening who have never attended carnival, more specifically, have never attended carnival in Trinidad, and they might be like, ooh, yes, but how do I get all this information? How do I stay up to date, right? Like, there's no way that you're going to get through as easy as can be without tapping into external resources, right? So, try to get in group chats about Carnival or about Trinidad. Get into the Facebook groups. That I think there are Instagram groups now, right? Like, they all have these networking opportunities, right? That's how I have the friends that I have. That's how I know what I know, because it's just been years and years of of networking that turns into actual friendships, right? You just have to be devoted to succeeding, right? Succeeding in attending and saving as much money as possible if that's what your goal is. And you have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone. I tell this story all the time, but in 2015, I was practically in Trinidad, sort of kind of by myself, um, and having to figure it out. And the groups that I was in and the little bit of friends that I had made at the time, they made that trip. They saved me. They saved me. Someone saved me from the airport. Someone saved me at a fete. Someone saved me with a ride. Someone saved me on the road. Like, it it all came together because of people, period. But what I do want to make clear is that I don't want anyone to feel pressured, right, to spend money that they don't have, right? Because those same people who might be peer pressuring you to oh, come on a trip, do this, do that, or you might be looking at them envious because they're talking about how much they spent, but like, and you're feeling pressure to do the same thing, right? Because those people aren't going to be the ones that are going to be paying your outstanding bills that are going to be left for you at home after you come back from the trip. Okay? So, but also, I don't want you to be discouraged from doing something that you've always wanted to do. Do the thing in a way that makes it possible for your wallet and your lifestyle, right? It may look different than someone else's experience, but at least you're still going to do the thing, right? Do your research, plan early, and see what's possible. That's all I got to say. If you have questions, do not hesitate to hit me up in my DMs, email, whatever. When you see me on the streets, if some of y'all are going to Trinidad, please holla at your girl. Just let me know, hey, you listen to this episode. I appreciate you, whatever it is. All right, I'm out. Promise to keep this episode under 15 minutes, and we are doing that. All right. Ooh, one last thing before you go. I need you to be aware of my Trinidad Carnival Tingz group chat that started on Instagram recently. So, if you're going to Trinidad and you're looking for some support, whether you're a newbie or a veteran, join the chat. We're there to help. Okay? Join the chat. If Instagram for some reason does not allow you to join, just DM me and I will add you to the group. And the beautiful thing about Instagram that WhatsApp doesn't do is that no matter when you join, you'll be able to see all of the previous conversations that were happening before you got in. All right. Time's ticking.